Indonesia, a name that evokes emerald rice paddies, ancient temples, and turquoise waters, a paradise of over 17,000 islands. This is the Indonesia of postcards, a vision that draws millions each year. Yet, beneath the surface, headlines whisper of a different Indonesia, one some call Asia's most sinful country. This label isn't about malice, but about the striking contrasts, tradition versus modernity, sacred sites beside wild nightlife, luxury resorts next to poverty. Indonesia's story isn't good versus evil, but a nation navigating its complex identity in the 21st century. We invite you to look deeper, beyond the paradise or sin narrative. We'll explore the places you know and the stories you don't. Through the lens of sin, we'll examine a country that is spiritual and hedonistic, ancient and ultra-modern, serene and chaotic. The real Indonesia is found in the spaces between these extremes. As we begin, let's ask, what truths lie behind the perfect facade? Bali, Indonesia's tourism crown jewel, famed for its beaches, yoga retreats, and sunsets. But beyond the postcard image lies a deeper character. In Ubud, incense drifts over terraced rice fields, and daily offerings reflect a profound Hindu faith. Bali's sinful reputation comes from its party enclaves, Kuta and Seminyak, where nightlife pulses until dawn, a stark contrast to the island's spiritual heart. For locals, this duality is both opportunity and challenge, preserving heritage while catering to global desires. Here, sacred ceremonies and world-class beach clubs coexist. Bali doesn't force you to choose, it presents all its facets at once. This blend of the sacred and the wild is what makes Bali endlessly fascinating. Paradise here is complex, evolving, and alive. If Bali is Indonesia's soul, Jakarta is its racing heart, a megacity of 10 million, where skyscrapers rise above a chaotic sea of life. Tourists often overlook Jakarta, but hidden within its sprawl are pockets of history. Kota Tua's colonial relics, Glodok's bustling markets, and ancient temples. Jakarta's nightlife is legendary, from exclusive rooftop bars to gritty underground clubs, a world of excess that contrasts with the city's conservative values. Yet, the true heartbeat is in its people sharing street food at warungs, helping lost travellers, and facing daily challenges with resilience. Jakarta isn't easy to love, but for those who look deeper, it reveals unforgettable energy and depth. It's a city of extremes, business and chaos, tradition and modernity. The city's contradictions are its greatest story. Beneath the surface, Jakarta's spirit endures. Off Lombok's coast, the Gili Islands, especially Gili Trawangan, are famed for their party scene and laid-back days. By day, it's tropical bliss, snorkeling, cycling, and hammocks. By night, neon lights and thumping bass transform the island. Gili Tea is a rite of passage for backpackers, a concentrated festival of freedom. Yet, it's also home to the Sasak people who balance tourism's benefits with cultural challenges. The call to prayer mingles with party beats, revealing the island's dual nature. To understand Gili Tea, experience both dawn's tranquility and night's energy. The island is a microcosm of Indonesia, beauty, contradiction, and community. Here, paradise has a pulse and a soul. In central Java stands Borobudur, the world's largest Buddhist temple, a monument to Indonesia's spiritual depth. Sunrise here is transformative, as light reveals serene Buddhas and ancient carvings. Yet, just outside, markets bustle with vendors selling souvenirs, a collision of sacred and commercial. Nearby Yogyakarta, Java's cultural soul, balances tradition with youthful energy royal palaces, and gamelan music meets street art and indie cafes. The shadow of Borobudur is not darkness, but the meeting of worlds, ancient spirituality and modern life. Here, the sacred flows into daily existence, not confined to temple walls. Indonesia's story is not one of corruption, but coexistence. The past and present shape each other, creating a living heritage. In Indonesia, tradition and change walk side by side. Indonesia's greatest treasure is its people, a tapestry of cultures, languages, and traditions across thousands of islands. From Batak to Balinese to Bugis, each group brings unique stories and worldviews. In a village near Ubud, a rice farmer named Wayan shares how ancient irrigation binds his community, even as his children dream of city life. In Yogyakarta, Siti, a hijab-wearing street artist, uses her art to challenge norms and connect faith with creativity. These stories echo across Indonesia resilience, pride, and the tension between tradition and change. They're found in fishermen, coffee growers, and families who welcome strangers. Personal encounters transform a trip into a journey. Behind headlines of paradise and sin are millions of lives, each with a story worth hearing. This is the real Indonesia, human, diverse, and alive. Tourism has transformed Indonesia, bringing jobs and development, especially in places like Bali. Visitor dollars help preserve culture and nature, but rapid growth strains resources. Water shortages threaten ancient rice systems. Plastic pollution mars beaches. The paradise tourists seek is at risk from the very industry that sustains it. Socially, tourism brings tension. Sacred rituals become performances, and local values clash with imported nightlife. The challenge is finding sustainable tourism, respecting environment, culture, and community. It requires conscious choices from governments and travellers alike. Support local businesses, choose eco-friendly options, and approach culture with respect. Indonesia's future depends on balancing progress with preservation. Amidst Indonesia's paradoxes, one constant shines: the extraordinary kindness of its people. It's a warmth felt everywhere, a smile, a helping hand, a willingness to connect across barriers. Stranded in Flores, a local family helped me without hesitation, expecting nothing in return. This spirit of gotong royong, mutual cooperation, defines Indonesian life. Community comes before individualism, reminding us we're all connected. This generosity is a wealth beyond measure. When discussing Indonesia's sinful side, we must also honour its grace and dignity. The soul of the nation is found in daily acts of kindness, far from the spotlight. This is what lingers long after the journey ends. Is Indonesia the most sinful country in Asia? The question misses the point. To label it so is to ignore its complexity. Morning prayers in Aceh, faith at Borobudur, wisdom in Papua. Indonesia is a nation of contrasts, ancient and modern, spiritual and celebratory, serene and chaotic. Its dark secrets are simply the human parts of its story. The call is not to judge, but to understand. Travel with open eyes and heart. Look beyond resorts and menus. Learn a few words, listen to stories, and challenge your assumptions. See Indonesia as a world to experience, not a product to consume. The real Indonesia is waiting, in smiles, meals, temples, and kindness. Go and discover it for yourself. The story is more beautiful than you can imagine.